very rational reasons come up and they're thrown at you to interrupt the goal-seeking mind. So as I said, the very common ones, I don't have enough time. That's a product of ultimately it's the self-image, but it's the use of time paradigm. Of course you don't. Of course you don't have time for this. Your days are already full. The automatic part of your paradigm, 96 to 98%, already has every moment of the day accounted for. Doesn't mean you're being that effective in every moment of the day, but the logical part of the mind says, I don't know how I could fit this in. And also because the logical part of the mind says, I've got to make time to do this. This is something extra I've got to do. And it disqualifies the benefits that you will receive from a mind and body perspective by doing it. It doesn't show you that. It just says you don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I don't know whether it's the right time. And it doesn't allow you to see the benefits that you will receive. You'll actually have more time in your day. You'll go to bed not worrying about what you've got to happen tomorrow. The clients will come, the money will come, the relationships will come. You'll feel calmer, more organized throughout the day. You'll have more time for other things that you love. Like, it doesn't show you that, but that's what I'm telling you. When you overcome that and you say, hell, there's never going to be a great time. My days are already full. But when I do this, I achieve something more that I want in an effortless, easy way. Whether that's more money, whether it's a better business, whether it's your dream home, that the outcome of being involved in this is that you get that. So that's the benefit of overcoming that, of not listening to that part of the programming that's trying to interfere with the goal-seeking mind. Money is another very common one. Now, this is, it can be very real or it can be perceived for two things. It could be very real. But you are short of $1 or $2. You're still a very rich person, but you may be short of $1 or $2 at the moment. And the idea of investing in this seems like a stretch. But think about what you will gain on the other side of it. You have to stop that cog in the wheel and change the programming. There is a program that is installed in your mind right now that means you're short of $1 or $2. Just trying to save to get ahead doesn't change the programming. So you will have to go out on the edge. You will have to go all in on this. But the benefit is that you now, in real time, change the programming for that money paradigm so that you can earn what you really want and always have more than enough money. Another thing that comes up against this is just the self-image of investing money in yourself. You may have the money, but you may never have behaved in this way before investing this amount of time and money in yourself. So that's a self-image thing. And so what happens is the self-image programming, it also says, oh, hang on a second, you're about to make a decision that is outside the boundaries of the programming we've created here. Abort mission, abort mission. It's dangerous, it's a threat. And then it creates a narrative of what if you fail? What if you don't follow through? What if it doesn't work for you? And all of that positive momentum you've created with thinking that you want to do it, following your intuition, identifying a goal, gets washed away. The programming interrupts the goal-seeking mind, and it interrupts in a deliberate way to stop you from achieving what you want, to stop you from moving forward, to keep you in homeostasis. There is no growth in homeostasis. So in that case, it is that 20 seconds of courage to decide, well, hang on a second, I'm going to do this. You're going to do this, and you're going to make the investment look like spare change. You're going to build such a new self-image, a self-worth, change your worthiness, your self-image, create such success where you look back and you see that as spare change. And I've had clients that have really had to stretch to get into the new Thinking Into Results. And they're now in my Inner Circle program, which is nearly a 30 grand program. But it was a stretch for them to start for either reason. Either they didn't have a lot of money, but they really wanted to learn this process so they could achieve the goals that they wanted. Or they did have the money, but it was outside of their comfort zone. It was outside of their normal operating programs to invest in themselves in this way. So they had to crash through that terror barrier, and you will always have it. So you'll think it'll be different next week. It'll be different next month when I have a little bit money. You'll still have to have that 20 seconds of courage to follow through, because it's still a decision that's outside of the normal operating system. Okay, so we've got to remember that the objections, when we have these, I don't know if I can do it, or the time or the money or what someone else thinks, it's an objection that's a product of the old programming to interrupt the goal-seeking mind. So see it for what it is. There is never an objection that you could ever give to me that I will ever agree with you on, because I know how this works, and it's my job as your coach and your mentor for me to operate with the fullest integrity to help you understand that and move through it so that you can get what you want, because those objections are blockers. They're blockers thrown by the programming to stop the goal-seeking mind from achieving what it wants, because this pathway, this process, will allow you to achieve what you want. And I can tell you, the first time you overcome that and you have that 20 seconds of courage and you crash through that terror barrier of conflict, where you've got the noise in your head, should I, shouldn't I? When you crash through that the first time, you feel so empowered. It still feels a little scary, but it's exciting at the same time. But what you're doing is, in that moment, you've mastered the goal-seeking mind. You've acted in harmony with what you want, and you haven't let the old programming interrupt you. You haven't aborted mission in that moment. And every time you learn to do that, and you'll do this for bigger decisions, for smaller decisions, not just enrolling in the coaching, but you'll keep doing this, that level of self-confidence, that level of self-worth, that level of self-control just expands over and over and over again. And you get stronger and stronger in this goal achievement process. Another common one is, I've got to check with my partner or my business partner or somebody else first. And that, again, is a product of the programming. It's habit to do that. It could be that you have a shared bank account. It could be that you're not sure about making decisions for yourself. It could also just be that you want to talk it through. There could be a lot of different things. But know at the end of the day that that other person may not have the same programs as you. They may have very different programs. In some cases, the partner is helpful because they encourage you to do it. And in other cases, the partner may want to talk you out of it because it's also scary for them to think about you doing something new and different, for you growing. In almost every case where I have seen a person act on this, follow through on it, the partner has benefited. Honest, hand on heart. They may not have in the beginning seen the rationale in it or the reasoning in it, but they have benefited from a happier, healthier, more enriched partner. They've benefited from business growth. They've also become empowered to think about their own goals and go for it. But if you're waiting or relying on them also to agree with it, know that you may never get that. They may never be on board with it. And then if you let them dictate your decision making, ultimately there you open yourself up for resentment. You're not taking responsibility for what you want and being your best self. I was listening to a interview with Joe Dispenza many times, quite a long time ago, and he was talking about this. He said, in a relationship, in a partnership, your responsibility is to bring your best every day. When you decide to do this, you're going to be bringing your best every day, and it's your responsibility to make that decision for you. That could cause the terror barrier, it could cause conflict, but it is growth and it is good, and it will allow you to bring your best, and everybody will benefit from that. So again, it's just understanding where that is coming from in the programming, in the old self-image, and being able to still move forward. When we don't, in those moments, when the objections are thrown by the programming to interrupt the goal-seeking mind, it is to abort mission. There's no growth. You don't get what you want. You stay status quo, same. You enter disintegration. In disintegration, you begin to go backwards. Not evidence in the beginning. And so people, you can jump around in this for months, for years. Or you can have 20 seconds of courage today and just follow through with it, right?
For more life-changing content, click subscribe. Here's to the better version of you.